Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here, and welcome back to another video. In today's con vlog, we are flying out to Penti-Con, BC for a little con known as the Penti-Con 2024. Arrived in the hotel room. It is so swanky and clean enough. I'll take what I can get. I am so tired for some reason. It's not even 9 o'clock. I don't know if you can tell. I'm having I mentioned it in a previous video, I'm having very extreme allergy issues. So this is probably going to be the way my voice sounds all weekend. I hope that you will bear with me. But gonna get a good night's rest tonight and be ready to go for the 2 days of the con, Saturday and Sunday. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump cut to set up tomorrow morning, shall we? Hello everyone, apologies for the frantic vibes in the last scene. That was the end of a very long travel day, but that good night's sleep was had, and I am here Saturday morning to set up at the Penti-Con. Now, the Penti-Con is a pop culture convention in Penti-Con, BC, and Penti-Con is a very small town in central BC that has a couple of satellite towns and a bigger city nearby, so it does kind of attract a wide range of people in central BC and the Okanagan, so it's a bit of a fun destination con for me. This year I am a featured artist guest. That means that I created all of the art and illustrations for them to use in their graphics and promotional material for this year, and that was the exchange. I do that, they give me a free table and they fly me out and give me board, which is a pretty good deal, I must say. They gave me this wonderful 10 by 10 booth space, which I could really use however I wanted, and these two big tables. So I'm taking full advantage because I don't always get the opportunity to have a big table. And because I knew that I had this big table space, I was in cahoots with my friend Casey Golden, who was also coming out to this show. She drove up from Vancouver, whereas I flew in, and I solicited her help to bring all of my suitcases full of my table display stuff, so I didn't have to settle for more of my travel setup. I was able to bring my yellow sticker sheet board, bring my rack for my tote bags, bring my backdrop yellow curtain thing, and really jazz the place up. Though, I think for next year I am going to put some thought into redesigning the table layout a little bit, and I can't sit still, what can I say? So this, as I mentioned, is a travel con. I have no expenses to come to this con, so it is relatively low risk. And if you've been around the channel for most of this year and most of last year, you might know that I've been doing a lot of shows, been trying out local shows and travel shows, and overall, it feels like the travel cons haven't been totally worth the punch that I'm hoping, just for the amount of effort and money that goes into it. I don't know that it's something that I'm necessarily going to continue going forward, but I do enjoy the opportunities when they present themselves in this situation. And last year when I did attend the con, I also came out as a guest. I was a comics featured guest rather than a artist featured guest, I guess. And so both years that I've attended, I haven't had any expenses, and that is wonderful because it means that I don't have to stress out about making my money back so much. But my expectations are still kind of medium high. There is an opportunity to make a little bit of money here, have a wonderful time chatting with the people at the show. What I love about small town conventions is you often get the same people coming back year over year. And yeah, the board's about to fall on me. That's never happened before. And I really hope it never happens again. Oh my god, that thing falling on me hurt so much. One of my fingernails is completely smashed, and I had to grin and bear it to get through because it's con weekend and there's no time for being injured. I also still need to put on my makeup. I had left all of my toiletries here at the con, and I forgot to bring them back to the hotel, so there's that. The table looks amazing, the con looks amazing. It's twice as big as last year, which is super exciting. We've officially opened, but it's gonna be a slow start. I'm fine with that. It's gonna be a slow weekend. I am fine with that. It is good vibes, and check out how cool my booth looks. It's totally still in shambles back here. I will take some time to set it up once I have finished setting myself up. And yeah, It's gonna be a pretty chill con, so I have my iPad to work on some cute girl tobers / some pet portrait commissions if anybody wants to get them. I also have some panels this weekend and I won't forget to film them this time. We'll get some clips of that, we'll get some clips of today, we'll get some clips of tomorrow, we'll wrap it all up at the end just like we always do, and it'll be another con vlog in the bag.
But I wanted to bring up an artiste that needs to get back to their booth. So I want to call up Art by Tuna to come up and introduce themselves a little bit and say hello to these fine people.
Okay. Welcome. Nice. Tell us a bit about who you are, what's going on.
Hey guys, my name is Tuna. I'm an illustrator and comic artist from North Vancouver, so a little bit of a trek to come over here. I've been in the biz for as long as I can remember, but working professionally for about 10 years. I do tons of conventions all across Canada, and I love what I do. I'm super excited to be here. Penti-Con is one of my favorites. They always treat me great. I know they treat you guys great, and I think it's going to be an amazing weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. And you can find me, my booth is inside, just on the right end of the artist alley. I'd like to see you back.
This is fitting as I'm the resident cat lady. So this year we adopted a new friend. Tuna made a new friend for us. I'm sure you've heard about Tuna so far. We've talked about Tuna. Tuna gave us a little friend. His name is Mew. You will see him in different places. He has ears straight up, eyes void, no expression, because he's a cat. And right? So our little alien mascot has adopted him as his pet, and yeah, you'll just have fun spotting him everywhere because we've kind of in interesting places like this.
Okay, hello. It is noon now, so we've been open for 2 hours and it's already been off to a great start. One of the things that I really love about these smaller town conventions is that they may be slower paced, but I find that sales are still very equivalent to what I would expect at like a super bustling show as well. And I really love how friendly and inviting everybody is around here, and they do such a good job here at Penti-Con to generate, like, I don't want to say like a safe space, but it's like a really cozy space where everybody can just kind of be themselves and have fun, and it's very like by the community for the community, so I wouldn't miss it. So as I mentioned, I am the guest artist here this year, which means that I did all of their illustration and design for the show in exchange for the table, and they also flew me out and accommodated me, which I think is more than generous. But one of the most fun things about having done the art for this is that my art is like all over everything, which is extremely cool. So I can show you, I designed this P. They do like a P Pentagon Penti-Con logo each year based on the theme, and it was Grimmest Fairy Tales for this year. And I worked with the art director who kind of basically told me what to do, so to speak. As a commercial artist, that's basically my job. But they offered me a ton of creative freedom. So this is the hero illustration. There's the two kind of mascot character OCs for the show. And then if you look very closely, there's a little kitty cat down by the door here. I couldn't resist putting a kitty cat into my art, and they liked it so much that they've adopted the kitty cat as the third mascot of the show, which I love. I also did this little Apple graphic that was used for some promotional materials and spattered around on everything as well, and a bunch of other little spot kind of illustrations that I'll put up around here too. I am feeling fabulous in my little witch costume, aka it's just an outfit that I would wear with a witch hat on top for Halloween, because it's Halloween weekend right now, and it's like kind of bittersweet because I'm not at home and I can't go like out for Halloween this weekend, do anything spooky. There's a haunted house that I'm missing out on, but you know what? I'm here, everyone is in costume, so it's basically like Halloween. We're doing like table trick-or-treating, so I've got some candy and the kids will come up and ask for it. And then I might go to a party tonight, but as I mentioned, I have this allergy issue, and then long story short, I had to go off my allergy pills for a while and I got a sinus infection, so that's where I'm at right now. Party hard, and I don't know if I'm gonna be in the mood till you know, go all out like I did last year, if you remember my hangover. Hi guys. I am excellent, how are you today? Yes, please take a candy. Would you guys like some as well?
This one.
Great choice. Oh, excellent. You guys look gorgeous. So good. Yeah, it's been already off to a great start. I've got a panel in 30 minutes. And I love Penti. What can I say? I mean, yeah, they keep bringing me back. I think next year it'll be on my own dime, though, so. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always worth it. And I love Penticton. It's like such a nice place to travel to. Yeah, exactly.
I like your cap.
Thank you. Which color can I grab for you?
The little Standing gray tabby.
Standing gray tabby. Good description. Thank you. I will just package that up for you. And can I get you a little paper bag as well?
Sure.
I think I bought all my favorites last year.
That makes sense. There is tons of new stuff, but it's always depends on like what your particular vibe is. Yeah. Yes. Yes. There's, I don't know if I had the Persephone one last year. I probably did. There's a sticker sheet and a print. And then, yeah, it's like a gray background with a woman in the middle. And you know what? Did I mean to get a pumpkin colored cat and a black and white cat to match my aesthetic? No, it just happened that way, okay?
Is there like a bookmark?
There is not. I'm gonna write that down though. That's a great idea. Because I do them for my subscription club, and each month I do a different theme for the club, and I do like a whole collection of items based on the theme. And I think a bookworm, like I think people would be really into that.
Especially with titties and tea or coffee.
Paying with card?
Cash.
Cash? Easy. No. Even better. 30 altogether. Thank you. And I might have to give you a... Okay. So I might have to give you a handful of change. Thank you so much. Take your time, but that's for you. Kind of got a whole thing going on. Usually I wear a striped shirt as well, but I wanted to do a Halloween costume. Yeah. See you later. Oh my god. It's so cute. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you then. Don't run away. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, hello. I am excellent. How are you?
Thank you. I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Like that is
It's Halloween weekend, so I had to go all out. Thank you.
it is gorgeous.
Quite the collection going on.
Yeah, I'm just getting started.
Is that's for real? For real? That is so cool. They did a great job with the straight lines and everything. 2, you got it. Would you like a little paper bag? Okay. Perfect. So just a little tax, 21 altogether. You can tap on the screen. You can pop it in the bottom for me. Excellent. Can I get a receipt for you?
No thank you.
Alrighty. And I will take the card here.
Thank you.
If you don't know me, my name is Tuna. I'm an illustrator and comic artist from Vancouver, and I'm here to tell you all about how to get started in Artist Alley. So if you take a close look here, this is the first booth I ever had, and this is kind of what my booth looks like now. And I've been doing this for about 10 years. So a lot of experience, a lot of mistakes, and I am about to dump a really large amount of information on you. So I'm so sorry. We're gonna do questions as we go because there's only like a few people here. So feel free to just like put your hand up if you have a question. And if you want a recap of this information, it is very similar to the a YouTube video that I have on my channel. So if you forget anything or want to double check, you'll be able to find that on YouTube. Hello guys, just about the end of the day. We're like 45 minutes from 6 p.m. Things definitely slowed down a lot about an hour ago, so it's mostly just like vendors walking around and talking and making some purchases now, which is totally fine, as today was quite steady. Definitely less attendance this year than there was last year, but so far I think I've made about the same amount in sales as I did last year. I think tomorrow is really gonna show whether or not I reach the same amount in sales or am a little bit under. But that's been so normal for markets this year, and if I am less than last year, that totally makes sense. I have had a really good time. I am in a lot of pain from this sinus issue that I am having, so I think for me, I'm gonna go to a bar, watch the hockey game, have some dinner, then go back to the hotel room and get a very good night's sleep. And I didn't take any pet portrait commissions today, but I do kind of hope that I get some tomorrow because I think it would be fun to keep me a little bit more occupied, especially if things are a little bit slower. And normally I can tell you like an item that was the most popular, but I actually can't put my finger on it. It might be the Outlaw design, which is this one, but I've sold a few patches and a few stickers as well, which is kind of fun. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like the lesbian flag colors, so that's kind of like the angle, but if people just want to buy it because they're an outlaw, that's cool too. And had some really good chats with people about Monster High and art, and you know, that's kind of why I do these at the end of the day.
Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday now. It is already past 11 o'clock. With Sunday mornings at a con, it's pretty much guaranteed that it's going to be very slow if it starts before noon. So I have been taking it real cozy here. I've got some jams playing, and I am working on a commission that I took but right at the end of the day yesterday. I thought, perfect, I can pick that up in the morning, give myself something to do for the first couple hours. But it's nice for all the vendors to get a chance to walk around and chat and do some shopping. I did buy some stuff yesterday. Let me show you. The first thing is this Ita bag. I have been looking for an Ita bag that goes with my fashion sense, which is like, I mean, you can't tell by the fact that I'm wearing a skeleton onesie today, but I prefer stuff that's like a little bit more fancy than like cartoony these days. And I found that this would be perfect, and I can fill it full of my enamel pins that live in a box right now, which is less than ideal. I picked up this beautiful Death's Head moss necklace, which is great. I don't wear a lot of necklaces these days ever since I got my tattoo here, but it was $9, and I don't know, I like to spread the love, and I'll add it to my collection, and I'll pull it out once in a while. It's spooky, it's awesome. And I'll be posting like the name of the creator up on the screen, so I don't remember right now, but I do want to give them their props. My friend also made me this Draculaura button, which is to die for. I don't know if I showed you, but I have Draculaura here with me today. This is my G3 Draculaura that I customized to look like the Haute Couture Draculaura G1 collector doll. She's a little raggedy right now because she's been rolling around in my backpack and she needs to get her like dress glued up a little bit. I'll probably remake this at some point. I find sewing to be the most challenging part of customizing dolls, and that's pretty much what that entire project was. But she keeps me company, and she lures people in to talk about Monster High with me, which I enjoy. So yeah, I got this Draculaura button from my friend. Very cute and generous. And then I had a chance to meet this creator last year at this event, and I got some extra stickers. So I got Baba Cats and this kind of like cinnamon roll ghoulie girl. And then she's also a ceramicist, and I got a paint palette last year that I use. I have a lot of ceramic paint palettes. They're my favorite paint palettes to use, but I hate cleaning them, so the more I have the better, and I thought I would grab an extra one to grow the collection just a little bit more. And they're also affordable, $25 for a handmade paint palette. Like, that's it so far though. I will probably do a little wander because I'm pretty sure it's gonna get really slow. We're open till 6 today, which is very late for a con artist alley to be open on a Sunday. Yeah, so I suspect I can walk around, talk to people, maybe find some more little goodies to bring home, because things have been totally fine. I don't know if I mentioned in the talking head yesterday, but despite the fact that it felt a lot slower pace-wise in terms of how many people were here, the sales were pretty similar to last year, and I wonder how today will go. I don't know if I'm gonna meet that like $1,000 a day evening out over the 2 days. It might be a close call, we will see. I will let you know towards the end of the video. And I think it's gonna be pretty mellow, so I'll do my best to fill in some extra stuff. Oh yeah, I have a panel today too, and I kind of phoned it in. I wanted to do a pumpkin decorating party, so I cut out all of these like paper pumpkins and bought all of this craft supplies from the dollar store. But my panel yesterday, it was fun, but there was like maybe 5 to 8 people in the audience, which is fine. They just like, I love this con, I love the organizers. This is a critique, not a criticism. They didn't do a great job of like advertising when panels were happening and soliciting people to come to them. So yeah, I didn't feel like turnout was very good. Now I'm wondering if my pumpkin party is actually gonna have anybody show up, or if I'm gonna have a lot of leftover paper pumpkins to force my friends to decorate at my Halloween party later this week. I feel like when people criticize G3, that is the thing that bugs everybody the most, is the fact that they made Laguna Pink.
Aside from Claudine's fun, bugs me that bad.
Yes. Like the character design or the doll itself?
The doll itself.
The Claudine doll's hair, like, is...
In general, I can't with the new redesign of Claudine.
If they made, like, G3 dolls with the G1, like, original outfits, people would lose their minds. Mattel would make $1 bajillion. Check in now. It's just past 2 p.m. and things have already kind of slowed down a little bit, so gonna be a fun 4 hours towards the end. But yeah, it's been like much slower than yesterday, which I totally expected. Fingers crossed that we'll still reach our sales goal, but because they fly me out to this, it's very low pressure to, I don't have any costs to recoup, so I don't have to worry too much. I do feel kind of bad for some of my other friends who came from Vancouver who might not be making back all of their expenses, but that's the trend for 2024, I'm telling ya. I did go to do my other panel, but I sort of suspected that no one was gonna show up for it, and that's basically what happened. So what I ended up doing was dumping all the craft supplies that I brought on a table, and I did notice some kids playing with it later, so perfect, I'm happy. And I happened to make a bunch of sales during that hour that I was supposed to be doing the panel, so I'm glad that I stayed at my table.
Hopefully you have visited her in the vendors hall booth, what, S27 or something like that? Something like that. Would you like to say a few words about your time at the convention? I really would. Please.
I just want to thank Penti for the opportunity to do all of the graphic design and illustration for the event this year. I came out last year, I had such a memorable and wonderful time, and when they asked me to do the art for 2024, it was an immediate yes. Being able to come back out, I'm from Vancouver, but I love the Okanagan, so just being able to be here and be here with these amazing people who, you know, we're all coming together as a community for this event. It's something special that, yeah, honestly, I'll never forget. And I think that what makes Penti so special is that it is like by the people, for the people, and before anything else, it's a community event that's meant to bring people together. I mean, you can see that in the hard work that everybody has done. So yeah, it's an honor to be involved.
Thank you so much. And what
we love your
say
art
is that cute little cat that you saw running around Mew was yours. And we love them to death.
Designer.
So we decided that we loved you so much we had to keep a little bit of you for Penti every single year.
That's it for Penti-Con 2024, all packed up. Casey took basically all of my stuff with her back to Vancouver. She drove everything up for me, and in exchange, I let her stay in my hotel room for free. Pretty good deal if you ask me. So yeah, I got an evening left in Penticton to myself. Gonna go grab some dinner and enjoy a little bit of peace and quiet in the hotel room, and then flight back tomorrow. I feel like this will give me a chance to debrief you later today. So I'll keep this short and sweet, and we will catch up. And that's it for the last con of the season, actually. Everything after this is a market. Yeah, you some sort of baby? Are you some sort of baby? Yes, hello, welcome back to the apartment. It's been a while. I did not end up talking to you guys in the hotel room after the con because there was a pool and there was nobody in it, and I got to enjoy it to myself for like an hour after eating my relatively okay dinner. So yeah, it was a big old treat myself for the end of the weekend. Haven't been in a pool in like 8 years probably, maybe more. I'm just gonna wrap up the experience here. I feel like I managed to squeak a relatively decent video out of my time, and I was really like underselling just how uncomfortable I was the whole weekend with that sinus infection going on. Like I'm back to normal now, but my peak days of discomfort were Friday and Saturday, which Friday I had to fly, and then Saturday was like the big con day. So definitely not ideal. I'm back to just normal allergies, and it's either gonna be this guy or those tiny little friggin' buggos that live in our dust. But I'm getting a test tomorrow to see if we can come to any conclusions. Anyway, not interesting. I want to reiterate, I had a wonderful time at the Penti-Con. I'm kind of on the fence about going back next year on my own dime. I think it's really going to depend on if I can catch a ride with somebody, and then if I can split a hotel room with a couple of people, because keeping the expenses low is going to be really important, especially because, I mean, I've talked about it I think in previous videos, I mentioned it earlier in this video, but 2024 across the board, for me and for many other creators, sales have been down, which is completely understandable given the state of the economy and all of that fun stuff. And who knows what 2025 is gonna look like? Do you know? Do you know what it's gonna look like? If so, please leave a comment and tell me. Now, when it came down to numbers, I did reach my $1,000 a day sales goal. It was basically just over $2,000 in sales over the 2 days, which broke down to like $1,200 on the first day and like $800 on the second day, which was down from what I believe was $2,500 last year. But there was kind of like
a discrepancy, which is that I was selling sweatshirts last year, and the sweatshirts have a really high ticket cost, and I had t-shirts too, and both of which like boost the sale, the average sale higher. But because I pay so much to manufacture those, it's like my expenses would also be higher on that, making $2,500. So I'm gonna call it more or less even. Like the discrepancy isn't as big as it actually, you know, on paper was. And I did feel like attendance was down at the actual event, but on the flip side, the room was twice as big, so it's hard to say if that maybe had something to do with it. I don't know. A couple of things that I found interesting about this con. One of the things is that the cosplay bar is like exceptionally high. There were a bunch of extremely high level cosplayers that were there, which was fun. Because I feel like even here in Vancouver, some of the events, the turnout for cool armor or like build cosplays is not very existent. One of the other things is that a lot of small town conventions that I've experienced tend to be very kid heavy, and this is no exception. Luckily, my work appeals to children. Bright colors, cute stuff. So it's easy for me to attend the kid heavy events as well as the more like teen or adult heavy events. And I felt kind of bad, as I mentioned, because I was sort of talking to people who were also at the event, and there was a wide range of like, I am making table cost back to like, you know, 3 figures, but not 4 and not more. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know everybody's particular situation. I don't know what everybody is selling. I don't know everybody's price points. And I think that there are a lot of factors that go into being successful at a market, some of which you can control and some of which you can't. So for everybody and myself involved, all I do is kind of like reflect on the experience and think about like what I could do better. And I'm happy with how it went, especially because I didn't have any expenses. Something staggering is that I probably sold like 3 or 4 prints the whole weekend. That's very unusual. I don't really like consider myself to be a print heavy artist, but I have been touring around with like, I think there's 15 different print designs that I have on my table, but definitely some tote bags, lots of sticker sheets, lots of single stickers, and quite a few zines, comics, books, stuff like that too. Oh yeah, and people, how many times do I have to tell you? Grab bags. If you are allowed to have a grab bag, blind bag at your table, a lot of events don't allow them, so just make sure before you do. Oh my God, people love them so much. I cannot relate. I don't have a gambling bone in my body, but people will clear out your grab bags if you have them for a reasonable price. And what I do for my grab bags is I list all of the different types of items. So if there's like 1 enamel pin, 2 prints, 4 stickers, whatever, and then I say it's worth $70, here it is for $20. And all of that is true. It just happens to be stuff that I probably wouldn't sell outside of getting rid of it in a grab bag. So it's very win-win for the customer. They get a ton of stuff for a really discounted price, and I get to get rid of stuff that is just sitting in my closets. As I mentioned, this is the last con of 2024 for me. I have 3 more market style events. One is a sort of like industry fair for people in the animation industry that has a robust artist alley. That might be a total waste of my time, but I'm gonna go, I'm gonna vlog it, we're gonna see what it's like. And then I have 2 holiday / Christmas sort of craft market situations going on, both of which I did last year, so it should be interesting to see the comparison once again from 2023 to 2024. And I know you guys have been very patient with the videos. I don't know if you can tell that I'm very out of practice of talking to the camera and filming. I even forgot to bring my tripod when I was traveling, so my phone was just like propped up anywhere that I could fit it. And I'm dabbling with the idea of, if I feel like I have the nerve to do it, doing Vlogmas again in December, which is basically how I started this channel now, I think about 2 years ago. Big thank you to everybody over on Patreon who is helping to support the channel over in my snack pack. Some of these people are pledged at $1 to get things like digital downloads, extra video content, podcast newsletters, and whatever it is that I might have lying around from month to month. And the rest are pledged at $10 or $25 tiers to get mailable rewards straight to their door every single month. It is November now, and I am starting a new cycle where I am making some merchandise of all of my cute Girl-tober art that I made in October. I did like a daily challenge for the month of October just because I could, and I am turning a bunch of the most popular and my most favorite designs into prints, stickers,
the usual. And if you just want to get updates over on Patreon, I also have like a free tier, so you'll just get some kind of art emails every once in a while. And it's a great way to stay in touch with me outside of YouTube, especially while I am kind of AFK. If a one-time purchase is more your thing, all of my merchandise pretty much that you saw in the video is available at artbytuna.com/shop. And thank you so much for being here. Stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye.